People keep asking which app is cheapest to send money to Africa, like there's a single winner. But the reality is more like four companies standing in a trench coat pretending they don't all charge you in slightly different ways. So I tested Wise, Remitly, WorldRemit, and M-PESA Global sending real transfers to Kenya, Nigeria, and Ghana, and tracked what actually arrives after fees, exchange rate margins, and marketing lies. First, the big truth. The fee you see is not the real cost. The real cost is always hiding in the exchange rate spread, especially with remittance apps targeting Africa corridors. That's where most of the money disappears quietly, not in the headline fee. First, let's start with Wise, the one that behaves like it has nothing to hide. It uses the real mid-market exchange rate and just charges a transparent fee on top. That means what you see is basically what your recipient gets. It's usually the cheapest on paper for bank-to-bank transfers, but it's not always the fastest or most flexible for mobile money. Then Remitly enters like a split personality. Express mode is fast, sometimes minutes, but costs more. Economy mode is slower and usually hides a worse exchange rate. In practice, it becomes a speed versus value gamble every time you send money. WorldRemit is the Africa-friendly all-rounder. It supports mobile money, cash pickup, and bank transfers, which is why it's popular across Kenya and Ghana. Fees are usually low up front, but exchange rate margins quietly take a bite. The upside is reliability and coverage, especially for M-PESA-style delivery. Now, M-PESA Global is the wild card. It's not trying to compete globally like the others, it wins locally. If you're sending directly into M-PESA ecosystems, it can be extremely convenient and sometimes cheaper in practice, but it's limited depending on sending country and corridor. So who actually wins in 2026? If you want the lowest true cost for bank transfers, Wise usually wins. If you want speed plus flexibility, Remitly dominates. If you want mobile money coverage across Africa, WorldRemit is the most practical. And if your entire life runs on M-PESA, then M-PESA Global feels like the most native solution, even if it's not always the cheapest on paper. Final verdict: Wise is the accountant, Remitly is the sprinter, WorldRemit is the bridge, and M-PESA Global is the local king. That's it. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe.